Hello, my name is Campbell Maffett. I want to take you through lunges as a basic exercise to help your running. Lunges are great for so many different reasons. I want to highlight a couple of particular reasons why you might want to do them and incorporate them into your warm-up as well as your general exercise routine. I'm sure we all know lunges brings us straight down and up. But like with a lot of movements, there's a way to do it and then there's a good way to do it. I'm going to talk about hopefully the good way to do it that highlights the important parts that will help you most with your running. Okay, there's 4 variations of lunge I want to talk about. The first lunge is just straight down and up. Okay, what we're trying to focus on here is keeping your hips nice and stable. When you go down, focusing on not rotating your hips, not sinking your hips, and also keeping your knee nice and straight. Okay? Be careful not to put too much weight on your front foot. Have even weight between your front foot and your back foot. And make it a nice smooth movement. Down and up. Down and up. You don't need to stretch, you don't need to lunge too far. You don't need to put your back knee on the ground. Just a nice smooth movement down and up. This is a great movement to do as a warm-up because it's dynamic. It also helps open up your hip flexors a little bit, especially if you've been sitting down a lot, and that's some part of your career is having a sitting job. Being able to open up your hip flexors in a nice dynamic way is a really great way to get yourself ready for running as a warm-up. Okay, so I'll do that again. Just down and up, down and up. See how my knees are straight, they're not wobbling. I'm engaging through my hips, keep them nice and straight, keep my torso nice and straight, down and up. Look from the side, keep my back straight as well, down and up, down and up. I'm not rotating my hip, I'm not leaning forward, I'm not rotating my pelvis, I'm keeping nice and straight. Okay, the second variation is much the same, incorporates a bit of a twist. This time, as I lunge down, I'm going to twist to the side of my front leg. I'm going to twist to the right, back up. You might think, why do we do this? It adds a little bit of variation to our movement. Okay, running is a very straight line movement. This helps to challenge your balance and your control of your body in a different plane. Okay, so we're lunging down, twisting to the side, back up again. Down, up and back, up, down and up. See if we can do this as a nice smooth movement. Not too jerky, just down and up. It has much the same benefits as the first lunge. The third lunge I'm going to talk about is a side lunge. Down the side, down the side. The reason for doing this lunge is not to stretch your inner hamstrings, your inner thigh, that might come as a result. The emphasis of this is to engage your glute med, which is a nice little muscle up there. As you lunge to the side, I want you to think like you're sitting back in a chair. Other side, sitting back in a chair. Step aside, sitting back in an imaginary chair. Side, back. Side, back. What we're achieving from this is just to engage the glutes, to get them warmed up and to activate them and use them in a different plane of movement instead of just straight forward and backwards, which is what we so commonly do. Okay, the final lunge is perhaps the most important one of all. It is the reverse lunge. You might think, oh, that's simple. But this is the magic in this one, is how you do the movement. When you're in a down position like this, you've got 2 angles. You've got your knee angle and you've got your hip angle. Many people will think of using their quads to straighten their knee to stand up again. What I want you to think about in particular is using your glutes to straighten your hip. You achieve the same final position of standing, but you do it in a very different way, with a very different emphasis. The emphasis is using your glutes to straighten your leg, to straighten your thigh, and extend it behind you. If you want to add a variation to this, you step up and step through. what you saw there was part of the running movement, which is your leg extending behind you. And that drive comes from your glutes. That's why this lunge is so important. It's about the movement of using your glutes to lift your hip up and forward, not using your quads to push your knee down and backwards. Think about using your glutes to lift your hip up and forwards and drive you through. There's a lot of ways you can use this lunge in exercises. You could have some kind of exercise ball in your hands and do lunge and up like that, down and up. That is a great exercise for working your posterior chain. Do it again from the side. Imaginary weight in my hand, going down and up. All of a sudden you can see that exercise is using my glutes to straighten up, is using the weight in my hands to engage my back. And the whole posterior chain is being engaged and activated. It's a really great exercise. You could do step up and through. You can do this on a step as well. When you step up, remember using your glutes to pull yourself up, not your quads to push your knee down. Okay? It's so important, and doing that exercise and remembering and thinking about how you use your glutes to move your leg backwards is something that will carry through for many other exercises that you do. From squats, where you're squatting back and lifting yourself up by bringing your butt up and forward, not your knees down and back, is how you perform a good squat. I'll do that again. Bring my hips up and forward, bring my hips up and forward, not my knees down and back. Hips bring up and forward. A deadlift as well. And with squats, you can do a single leg squat. You can go down, up. Snap your hips up and forward. There's deadlifts, same thing. If you're doing a deadlift, you go up. See, the emphasis is your hips snapping forward using your glutes. And then single leg deadlift as well, down and up. Which is why that last lunge I did is so important as an exercise, as a warm-up to running. So, you can do those 4 lunges before you run, and followed by some drills, and it's going to get your body so ready and your mind connected to your muscles in such a great way that you'll be it just prepares you for running in a good way, especially if you just come from a sedentary position, whether it's rolling out of bed in the morning or getting up from the desk to go for a run. Do those exercises will help you a lot. I hope that's helped. Enjoy your running and love the run.